Okay, it's the catastrophic day. It's a catastrophic day because we will follow around the Canadian team a little bit. Catastrophe. With the 4 at the beginning and the rest. Everybody is resting now. Prepared. This here is Madame Valérie Bisson. Then we have Monsieur Yannick Bisson, who is her brother. Then we have Monsieur Richard Bisson there with his wife. And then we have Nicolas, who is being treated at the moment. And we have, of course, Sean Paquette. Where is he? Oh, is that Sean? I guess. Yeah. So Sean Paquette is the videographer for the team. And he is the son of Mr. I forgot. But Monsieur Paquette, who was filming Team Evolution earlier. So we'll get deeper into this history later and we'll talk to them too probably. But they are getting ready for their round, what is it? It's round 5 in 4-way open. And we'll leave them alone for now. Mesdames et messieurs, we have new guests here at a weather hold in Skydive, Arizona, believe it or not. I don't know if I've ever experienced a weather hold but we are on a weather hold. And we have...
We've had multiple.
We have catastrophic weather. So I thought it's the right time to talk to Catastrophe.
Yes. Makes sense.
Richard Bisson, Yannick Bisson, Valérie Bisson, Nicolas Mali, and Sean Paquette. So I think let's start with Richard. Explain the name first of all, Catastrophe.
Yeah, so I guess the team started when we were when the kids were very, very young. So we were looking for a fun name for the team, something that would have a 4, as in the 4-way in it, but that would be kind of cool or funny. So we came with, Yannick was 11 back then, I believe, and Valerie was 15 or 16. So yeah, I don't know exactly. So anyways, the idea was to have a fun name, and it stuck. It became famous, and now here we are with this name again, and it's fun.
Well, I guess we have to explain quickly that quatre, the 4, in French,
yeah,
is a 4 in French. So the 4
so
is
it's pronounced cat.
Quatre,
Yeah.
yes.
And then you say catastrophe.
Catastrophe, yeah. So that's why we have catastrophic situation here now.
Sorry, guys.
I remember when we were at the World Challenge in 2014. The first, English-speaking person that tried to pronounce our team name. 4Astrophe.
Yeah.
4Astrophe.
Yeah.
So yeah. We heard that here also once.
Yeah,
so.
when we registered.
Yeah.
For
4Astrophe.
yeah, for
Well,
Catastrophe.
I was so lucky that you explained it to me early enough. And that was in 2013, I believe, or so. So you say that Yannick was 11 years old. Let's see, in 2013?
I was 12.
You were 12. So that's when they came to DeLand for training? What was it? What brought you to DeLand?
No, we were just spending a holiday at our grandparents because our grandparents on the Richard sides are living in Florida.
Oh, I
So
see.
that's why we
You weren't that much older by then?
no, I just turned 18, I think, or I was 17.
Yeah. 17 probably.
Yeah. So we go back quite some time, and it's lovely to see you now here competing again. You know, or still, with a family team. And gosh, I don't know where to start. There are so many stories behind that. You started together with a team, then you disbanded and did your own things. You, the Canadian 4-way female team, Yannick with a junior team, right? So let's go through that too quickly. We will probably talk for hours here, but
Yeah.
Yannick was the one of the youngest, probably still one. You're probably still one of the youngest 4-way competitors. Only the French may get close to that. How old are you now?
I'm 21 now.
21. Okay. So your career quickly, through the whole, from the beginning.
Quickly, we started with 4Astrophe for a couple of years, and then we got approached by some people in Toronto, and then we started like a 2 junior team for tunnel flying, and then we ended up having like a very strong 2 teams of Canadian, and then one of the team actually got out of the sport, and we continued like for 2 years, I think, and then we actually were going to go open, and I decided to actually stop and continue with this lineup here.
Yeah. And you also started jumping. I guess you were teaching him AFF, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Her
and
also.
yeah. And you were, how old were you when you started jumping?
I started jumping at 15,
15.
and that's funny because my dad was doing my AFF, but Sean's dad was too.
Yeah, owned the drop zone, right?
Yeah.
And
But
we
they
get
were
to that
both
in a
in
moment.
For
Yeah.
my AFF.
Yeah.
So his father and me, we did his AFF, his first AFF
Yeah.
jump, because obviously he didn't need more than an instructor for a second jump. So.
Yeah, I will dig into the archives and find the video. I know you sent me the video of his first jump, I believe, and then shortly afterwards of some free flying and all kind of stuff. So, all right, Valérie, it's your turn.
Well, yeah, I started with 4Astrophe at the same time as everyone, so in 2012. And I did my PFF in 2013 because I injured my knee in 2012, so I couldn't do it during that summer. So yeah, I did my PFF at the end of 2013, and then I got into Fusion, which was the Canadian female team, in 2014, from 2014 to 2017. Yeah, so, and then after that I got back with 4Astrophe, and we started training again, and then we won the next nationals in 2019.
Just to throw this in quickly too, they are both, they look like, they are very young, and you could think unexperienced and all kind of, so no, they are world meet. That's not the first world meet for either of them. You were in Prostějov 2014.
Yeah, I did Prostějov in 2014, I did Chicago in 2016,
Yeah, there you go.
and unfortunately I couldn't go with the female team in Australia in 2018 because it was right during my finals exams for my master degree, so it wasn't a good fit.
Did you pass it?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Yannick was at the Indoor World Championship, right? So you are also an experienced competitor, actually.
Yeah, I did 2 World Cup, so one in Poland, one in Bahrain, and the World Championship in
Montreal.
Yeah. And then we are going for this first. Actually, this is my first world meet of the outdoor skydiving.
Right.
And I did CP2.
So they are the veterans in the team, actually, yes, of competition experience. Richard hasn't been at a world meet yet, right?
No, he
No,
did.
he was in Chicago with the
I was in
8-way.
Chicago.
Oh,
with
with the,
the 8-way,
okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'll take that back. Let's say 4-way, first one 4-way. And then we have. How did you find Nicolas? He doesn't really fit in. He is not a. He's not a. He's not a Bisson. He doesn't have a Bisson name. And
No, but he's dating a Bisson, so which is fine.
Okay, so there's a connection. No? I
Yes.
see.
Yeah,
Your family.
yeah, I am.
Okay.
So yeah, I started with
Ha!
guitar.
Let's dig into this a little bit. So you were first teammates.
No.
And then-
No.
That's the
No.
funny thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes, well, when I got into fusion, I switched drop zones because I started jumping at Farnham. But then Fusion was training in Parachute Montreal as North Shore. That was hard. In Saint-Esprit, and Nico was working there, so that's how we met.
Yeah, but I was already flying with Catastrophe.
No, you started
the
flying
time?
after we started dating.
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was,
Yes.
You
I was
started, you started competing with us when Michel was in the lineup.
Right.
yeah.
2017.
With
Yeah.
Guillaume.
Yeah.
So Michel
Guillaume,
Michel Lemay.
Guillaume,
Yes,
Richard, Yannick, and me.
Well, if you look at your database, you have so many names by the side of
Yeah.
on Catastrophe.
Yeah, we're still getting lost on the different lineup of the team.
And now we're getting all the cross connections. You mentioned Michel Lemay.
Yeah.
So Sean has somehow a connection also with Michel because your father.
Yep.
No, Michel is not their father.
Well,
No,
with
no,
Daniel.
no, no.
Oh,
But
okay, okay.
yeah,
They were business partners.
your father was filming Michel Lemay, and now we are with the evolution with the Lemay family. So is that some kind of a Canadian thing that you can only do good forward if you are family? Or,
Apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, for people who may not know this, but there was a previous Canadian forward team Evolution with a father and his 3 sons. Now he's a father with son and daughter, and then the boyfriend or fiance or whatever, and then
A
also,
Paquette.
yeah, and
And then, yeah.
unbelievable. So,
Well,
but
so-
that's a coincidence. It's pure coincidence. Right?
And Nico has also flown with Evolution a couple
Yeah,
of months.
right when Michel retired, I've trained with Evolution for like maybe a year. It ended up not working, but it was a great experience.
Yeah, and you
But
had
a
already
lot.
seen Valérie and the other teams, so you thought, well, I think
Oh, that was way earlier
yeah,
than that.
yeah.
I was 18 at the time. or
Okay.
so. Yeah. So
And I founded Evolution. Were you aware of that?
You've no.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Tell
he's
us
one of
that.
the founder
Sorry, new
members.
story. You were storytelling. Yay. Well, it's bad
it's-
weather anyway, so we do
So
storytelling.
it's funny, but not many people know that there was no LeMay in the first version of Evolution. So it was myself, Michel Messier, which is retired, François Pigeon, which is retired from the sport, and who am I missing? Mario Maselli. So they've all retired but me. And the first version of Evolution was in 1999, and we won the nationals that year on our first version of the lineup. But that was not an on year for the year after for the World,
World
Cha-
Champ-
World Championships. So we did one more year after that. And then we weren't able to qualify for the World Championships that year after. So then after that, there's 2 people that got out, and that's when Martin Lemay first joined Evolution, and he was the first of the Lemay. Yeah,
Martin.
Martin was the first.
That's
of
the
the
oldest
Lemay.
son, actually. Of the-
Yeah. He was there before Michel. So that's an interesting story also.
And you took the name. They took the name over to the next generation of them.
Yeah. So then after that, we were jumping with a guy named René. He quit, so Michel got in. So now we had Michel and Martin, and then and then at that time we were training in Orlando, the old tunnel, and Benoit and Vincent were already flying with Craig Girard back then,
Okay.
and we were training with Neil Houston. Probably remember the guy.
Yes.
And Vincent and Benoit were training with
Greg.
and with Craig. So the year after that, I got out. Vincent replaced me as the point, and then 2 years later, Benoit joined Evolution when François got out.
Yeah, he had to start jumping first, right?
Yeah,
Benoit, so a similar
exactly.
situation. He wasn't.
Exactly.
Yeah,
He was too young to jump.
And then there was your father, Sean,
Hmm.
and he was filming Evolution.
That's correct. So he was in the lineup for a while, and then he also decided to get out. But pockets and camera work has been something that we've been doing
Yeah.
now for like over 20 years. So
And your father and Michel had the skydiving center in Quebec or Montreal, Skydive Montreal, together, right? You were running it.
correct.
The skydiving family. All right, let's go to the presents now, because we are at a world championship, an outdoor world championship here now. Weather is catastrophic still, but
No rain yet.
I didn't even know for a while that you were training, jumping, and I had a different Canadian team on the list. There was only Canada, so I thought, well, it's probably the previous Canadian team. Which was it?
Evolution.
No, I didn't have. Did I
Yeah,
have?
yeah,
I had
you wrote
Evolution.
Evolution.
So I had Evolution on the leaderboard until I was corrected eventually. And I forgot how it happened, but I found out that it is Catastrophe actually coming to the world meet, which is wonderful. And I had no idea that not only that you were coming, but also you were trained for it. You did training for it. Plus, now I see you are serious about it. I mean, you are trying to beat the Germans. You're tight and
Yeah, it's pretty
So
tight.
that-
No
that's-
offense.
So you're going for the top 10 or so. So you're in great shape. How much did you train?
Not that much actually, because unfortunately we had really bad weather during our last season. So we were hoping for 100 jumps of training, and we managed to do 42 jumps
This year.
This year.
This year.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And our last weekend of training was cut because I got in a car accident 3 weeks ago.
my.
So we just started back in the sky 3 days before
Before the
competition.
event.
Because I got cleared medically just before the comp.
So you're kind of surprising yourself a little. Your
We
reactions
are.
are like you
Yeah.
are didn't really expect to be where you are right now on the leaderboard.
Yeah, well, the main goal for the team was to be on the top 75%, and like that was a attainable goal for us. But then, like, we were really surprised of how we were fighting. But the middle part of the grid is really close to each other, so that gives us a great competition also to root
Gosh,
for.
it's getting worse.
Sorry, I just jinxed it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
raining.
Nico.
Do you want to move this?
I have never. No, so far we are good. I think if it's just like that, we are coming kind of towards an end here anyway. We are in the presence now, so that's already good. We know what's going on with Catastrophe and how they got to their 8th place at the moment. Or what is it?
Yes.
After
yeah.
4 rounds, yeah.
And you have one quick story still, because we know that weather hold, but you were already in the plane now. I didn't know that either, but you were up in jump altitude. Tell us that story quickly here. That happened like an hour ago or so, right?
Yeah, so we were getting in the plane ready for round 5, and then at 10:05, so we were on the jump run waiting for the door to open, and then we got the call by the pilot that we were going down, and then when we looked down from the windows, we could see the clouds coming in under us. So that was a good call. We're pretty happy because no one really wants to jump in this kind of weather.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we can do it soon enough. So
I came to it because I saw Richard making adjustments on his. I don't know.
On the pro track and the altimeter, because there was one log jump, so I said,
Yeah.
"Gotta get it out." So, I like. I'm a computer engineer, so I like working on these little things. But it's not that it's that important. But was kind of cool, I'll just remove it. So.
Well, the rain has stopped, and actually there are some blue holes.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been super curious to see a flooding of Arizona. I've never seen this in my life before, but
They had
better
one last
2
week.
weeks
I
ago.
know, but
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
not now. So it's good that the rain stops. I don't think there's any more coming. But anyway, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup for the update from Canada
Thank you.
Thank you.
and the history. So I learned a little bit again, and good luck for the rest of the competition. I hope you can. No, I shouldn't say anything. I'm not gonna.
Don't jinx anything.
Let's just hope for good weather.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
hope for good weather and good jumps and all that. Yeah.
And it's still a good competition between the three podium
Norway.
contenders.
Oh, yeah.
Norway and the Spain.
Yes.
Spain.
Norway and Germany are tied,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And you are 1 point. What's the difference?
I believe it's 3.
Yeah, I think it's
Something
2
like
or
3
3
points.
points ahead of Norway right now. I don't know for sure,
Yeah.
but it's a really good redo of Dubai,
Yeah.
in December.
Oh yeah, you were competing in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and we ended up with a tiebreaker with Norway, so they're hoping we finish with a tiebreaker also.
And still, Sweden
Let's
is
see.
very close to us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see how it
Germany.
goes.
They were so scared that they had to bring in Carl Eric, a bronze medal winner, so an experienced guy, to try to beat you, I guess.
Yeah. I don't believe Christopher will agree with that.
No,
He'll say,
you will
"Oh,
not."
I wanted to be there. Hey, Christopher.
Yeah, we love you,
that's
Chris.
all right.
Miss you.
See you next one.
And I didn't mean that. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Merci à toi.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.